I am one with my glorious I Am presence, the blissful observer, and my holy Christ self, my personalities, my body elemental, to whom I give great thanks for all of the wonderful work that it does, and to my new spirit that encompasses all parts of my being and allows it to be expressed in the world. Every part of my being is in balance, in harmony, and in alignment. And it is fully contained within my heart diamond and within Metatron's cosmic egg. I am now ready to receive today's message. Greetings, beloveds. I see through the eyes of Christmas as she beholds the world around her. And I can see through the eyes of each and every one of you as you invite me into your being and into your world. This is a great gift to have, because as I see through your eyes, I can show you the world from a new perspective, from the divine perspective, from the perspective of enlightenment and ascension. And this will help you along your path. For in truth, this process of ascension, although it involves your heart to an enormous degree, it is mostly a process of changing your perspective and how you see and define the reality that you perceive. Let's take, for example, that you are watching a football game and you are one of 100,000 people sitting in the stadium. I'm sure it should be easy for you to understand that although all of you are watching the exact same game, every single one of you is having a different experience. You are thinking different thoughts, and you are feeling different emotions. Let's say that half of the spectators are in favor of one team and the other half are in favor of the other team. So right away, with every single action on the field, half of the spectators are being thrilled and happy, and the other half are being disappointed and unhappy. Then, when you focus on the thoughts that the different people are having, some people are being focused on what their favorite team is doing wrong, and they're getting angry and upset. Other people are focused on what their team is doing right and are being happy. So I could go on and on but I think you are getting the gist of what I want to say. However you are perceiving is determining how you feel about it. And of course, the world at large is represented by the football game, and all of humanity is represented by the fans sitting in the stadium where the game is taking place. Every human being, whether they are perceiving the same reality or the same general circumstances as any other being, is still having a totally unique experience. Because it is not only what they are seeing, it is what they are thinking about what they are seeing. This is why, beloveds, your reality has been called the great illusion, the great Maya, because there is not an objective reality that exists, ever. It is always and only your perception, your thoughts and your feelings about what you are seeing that has any existence whatsoever. And even those thoughts and those feelings are not real. They are engendered by the ego mind, determined by your past experiences. When you begin to go beyond the limits of your ego mind and to begin to see life around you from the perspective of your divine mind, you will enter into a place of quiet, of stillness, and of love. The divine mind sees everything with equanimity. The divine mind sees and knows the perfection of all that exists, and it judges none of it. And so nothing is perceived as good or bad or better than anything else that the eyes see. The divine mind is always in a state of love. Love flows into the divine mind from the source of all love and flows out to all of creation. Whatever the eyes are seeing, love is flowing to it. And there is an appreciation of its beauty and perfection. But all of this takes place without the verbal chatter that exists constantly in the ego mind. I am expressing this in words so that when you have this experience, you will recognize it for what it was. And so that you will not immediately look to find words to define and explain what you are experiencing. Many of you still do this. the moment you feel yourself in the divine mind and having a divine experience, you almost immediately start thinking about it, explaining it to yourself, and thinking about how you can explain it and share it with others. And so as soon as you start getting into the explanation and the verbal chatter about it, you have essentially left the experience behind. Your consciousness has fallen back into the ego mind. But that does not mean that you cannot stop the chatter and return to the experience, because you can. So as soon as you see yourself talking to yourself about the experience, just stop it. However you can, with the realization that you have left the experience in order to think about it, and then just return to that state. Allow yourself to be in that state of open awareness for as long as you possibly can, knowing that this is a state that you are returning to. This is your natural state of awareness. This is the state of awareness that you were constantly in when you were first born onto this planet. For those first 2 years of life, until the fontanelle closes, you were in constant awareness of all of the worlds that you were experiencing in. You were a fully multi-dimensional being, fully aware of the invisible realms that you had just left, and yet at the same time fully aware of everything that was happening around you. This is the highest state of samadhi that exists. It is where you are aware in all dimensions simultaneously and can be active in all of those dimensions. So you are basically remembering what you have always known when you allow yourself to be the blissful observer and to simply see all of life that is happening around you from the perspective of that blissful observer. So the blissful observer is a being of pure love. It is your multi-dimensional consciousness that is always one with God. And being one with God, it is one with everything, with all of creation. All of the separation that you have imagined to exist has come forth from the ego mind. And you have believed it to the point where you thought that it was the only reality. And so now you feel like you have to wash away the darkness that has been placed over your mind in order to return to clear vision and to an open heart. This process of cleansing is taking place from two different perspectives. It is taking place by the work that you do to remove old beliefs, old emotional scars, and it is also taking place by the activity of the light that is being flooded into the planet at this time. So from without and from within, a great cleansing is taking place. Trust in this process, beloveds. Know that your full awakening is at hand, and that any difficulties that you are experiencing, any pain that you are experiencing, is part of the cleansing process. So be grateful for it. Allow it to unfold as it will. And be focused on the joy, the love, the peace of mind that is beginning to find its way into your being and will soon be the only thing that you will experience as you become your true, divine, glorious, and perfect self. I thank you for listening to this video. I love you and bless you always. I am Metatron.